Was I the next victim? Was what I constantly asked myself as I walked the halls of my high school. Was my shoulders going to offend someone? Or was my shorts going to be a few centimeters off from being acceptable? These are the questions teenage girls have to ask themselves and worry about before leaving the house in the morning. Shouldn't students just have to worry about their academic responsibilities rather than what attire they are wearing? According to the National Education Association, when school dress codes discriminate, published by Kira Barrett, published on July 24th, 2018, she states, at East Longmeadow High School, Massachusetts, 6 out of 9 dress code regulations target female students. I want to inform you all what is happening in high school to girls when it comes to dress code. There are 2 reasons why girls are being negatively impacted by sexist dress codes. One, female student end up viewing their bodies in a negative light, and 2, dress code discriminates against girls. First, female students end up viewing their bodies in a negative light based on what clothes they can and cannot wear. School dress code makes a female feel ashamed of their bodies and what the female parts they were blessed with. Why would those body parts be viewed in a negative light when they are a beautiful thing? No woman should feel shame when it comes to their bodies. In high schools all over the country, female bodies are called and looked at as a distraction by school staff members. We females can't be a distraction to males in the classroom. That's what we are told. It is even the other way around. Females are never told that a male can't be a distraction to girls in the classroom. By these actions, the school is prioritizing a male student's education over females. Schools end up over-sexualizing the female body. By pointing out certain things about the female body, you're only drawing attention to it when it could have been avoided in the first place. Shoulders are looked at sexually. With that being said, I cannot tell you how many times the joke, "your shoulders are distracting me," has been thrown around in the classroom by male students. It is so ridiculous that even the boys find it funny and overboard because a shoulder, in most cases, isn't sexual, but the schools make it out to be. There are a few rules I would like to go over and share with you all. The fingertip rule, where a girl's shorts have to reach to or past where the fingertips meet with their hands when they're down at their shoulders. And sometimes it is absolutely impossible to find clothing that meets these rules, especially being on the tall side. The 3 fingertip rule is used when it comes to tank tops. Your straps have to be 3 fingers wide to be acceptable for school. Ruler under leg. Before heading into school, they would have a staff member check in between a girl's legs with a ruler to make sure they were a certain length. For young teenage females, clothes are often a symbol of freedom or expression. By putting all these sexist rules in place, schools are stunting self-expression for females. As stated in the article, Are Dress Codes Fair by Scholastic Choices, February 2019, they state, our outfits are never considered distracting. They're more like inspiration for other kids to step out of their comfort zones and express themselves as well. Females are held to the standard of having to look sexy, but not too sexy or else you're a slut. In the classroom, teachers get to pick and choose when they think you look too sexy, which I believe is calling a girl a slut without actually saying it. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is when girls start to view the female body in a negative way. Secondly, dress code discriminates. Male students aren't held to the same standards girls are. Boys can get away with breaking the dress code when if a girl does it is looked at as a sin. Boys can have their shoulders showing without a problem, their pants can sag with their boxers out, But if a girl had her underwear sticking out, that would be a problem. Their pants can be skin tight. Meanwhile, leggings are banned for girls wearing them because they show too much. Shirts can be low. Since men don't have boobs, it's totally okay to have their chest hanging out. Guys' muscles can be showing, which is looked at as sexy in a female's head, but it's fine for them to show a little sexy part of their body. If a teacher dislikes a certain student for whatever reason and has it out for them, they use and abuse their power to target them. They get to pick and choose what female students to dress code. Many of the time, I would see the same girls get dress coded by the same teachers, but there would be tons of other females wearing far worse attire than the ones that they were picking on. Female students often miss time in the classroom due to dress code consequences. Girls are sent out of the classroom to the principal's office to call their home for a new change of clothes or sent home altogether. This is a time a girl can be learning, but instead she is stuck trying to find something else to wear. Schools often cover for a male student's actions. To avoid negative reactions by male students, females have to cover their bodies. Why should a woman have to cover up to avoid negative actions from the opposite sex? Why don't we just teach boys to respect females instead? If a male acts out, the girl is blamed for their actions, being told, "You shouldn't have been wearing that in the first place." Females suffer and boys don't face the consequences they deserve. Girls don't want to hear the excuse anymore, boys will be boys. Jordan Smith Goldstein, author of Do School Dress Codes Privilege Boys' Education, published on June 11, 2018, writes about a personal experience. The administrators made Martinez put on an undershirt, put band-aids over her nipples, and requested that she moved around for them, presumably to see if their handiwork had succeeded in hiding her breasts from the world. In conclusion, female high school students are being negatively impacted by sexist dress codes. This is what is happening to girls in high school when it comes to dress code. As a review, female students view their bodies in a negative light based on what clothing they can and cannot wear. Females end up feeling shameful of their bodies. They're called a distraction, over-sexualizing the female body, and prioritizing boys' education. Dress code discriminates. Boys can break dress code when girls can't. Girls are a target for school staff. Females are missing valuable class time and being the one to blame due to male students' actions.